God has placed you in a strategic position for his battle plan. And I know that that sounds cute, but it's not just a metaphorical saying or some nice little thing. It's real. It's true. God has placed you strategically. It might not initially be obvious. I mean, Jael's story reveals that our ordinary little lives are not always what they seem. Because when we first meet Jael, her position seems really unimportant. Like, she's in a tent somewhere, right? She's probably stirring a pot of beans and like feeding a goat. She's just going about her day, and her day probably is a lot like mine. It's just mundane. It's just, I don't know, making ham sandwiches and making sure my kids don't die and getting them into bed. It's just a normal day, right? But Jael happens to be positioned close to the scene of this epic battle, right? It's this battle that God has ordained and promised that he's going to deliver. It's this battle that men and women have strategized over. It's this battle where soldiers have literally seen their life pass before their eyes because they're going to die on that field that day. And here Jael is just in her tent. And there's a battle going on right outside our door too. And though it's unseen, good and evil are engaged in a conflict that seems to be reaching its pinnacle from millennia of conflicts, won and lost. And so while we fold clothes and while we make dinner and while we wipe the countertops, the battle rages. So are we aware of our surroundings?